Good morning, everyone. My name is Mark Joseph Lumol, but you can call me Teacher Mark. Today, my fellow teachers, Teacher Divine, Teacher Rain, Teacher Rochelle, and I will be teaching you about informal arithmetic. Are you ready to learn, class? But before we begin, let's start with an energizer to boost your energy.
Everybody, let's get ready to warm up. Shake 'em just like this. Shake 'em just like this. Shake 'em just like this. And roll your hands. Wiggle them just like this. Wiggle them just like this. Wiggle them just like this. And roll your hands. Clap them just like this. Clap them just like this. Clap them just like this. And roll your hands. I like to move. I like to groove. So come on, shake 'em just like this. Wiggle them just like this. Clap them just like this. And roll your hands.
So, nag-enjoy naman ba ang lahat para sa ating energizer? I hope naman kahit papaano ay nabuhayan ang inyong mga diwa nang sa gayon ay makapag-focus kayo para sa ating talakayan ngayong araw. Now, as I've said a while ago, for today, we were going to discuss about the informal arithmetic. And here is our objectives for today's lesson. First, students will understand and use numbers in everyday context by recognizing quantities, comparing numbers, and performing basic addition and subtraction without formal algorithm. Second, student will apply informal strategies to solve simple arithmetic problems such as using finger counting. And lastly, student will apply informal arithmetic strategies to solve real-world problems, developing their ability to think critically and creatively in various mathematical situations. To begin our discussion, may I call on Teacher Rochelle to discuss the first part of our discussion.
Informal arithmetic. Young children naturally extend counting skills to addition and subtraction. Initially, they use objects to see results like adding blocks to find sums and taking cookies to find differences. Counting is the foundation for their informal arithmetic, including multiplication, which they grasp using their existing counting and addition knowledge before mastering basic times table. Ito yung makakatulong sa mga bata upang mas mapalawak or ma-process pa yung mga kasanayan nila sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ng basic operation like addition and subtraction. Gagamit din tayo ng different objects upang mapadali nilang ma-apply or ma-solve yung mga basic operation na kanilang ginagamit and ma-build pa yung kanilang counting skills. Informal addition, concrete addition. Preschoolers often learn addition through experiences of adding items to a collection, grasping the concept of incrementing. They use different objects like blocks or their fingers to solve sample addition word problems, counting out the initial amount, adding more and then counting the total. Finger patterns are commonly used to represent numbers, particularly for sum up to 5, accurately count set up to 5. However, counting set beyond 5 becomes more challenging to them, as it exceeds the capacity of one hand's fingers, leading to potential errors in counting. In informal addition or concrete addition, preschoolers learn about math because of different objects or with the help of their fingers to count and solve different problem solving. Mas napapadali nito ang skills ng mga bata or napaprocess nito ang skills ng mga bata through counting and solving math problems. Verbal count procedures. As with addition, young children can mentally calculate simple differences because they use their highly familiar knowledge of the number sequence. Initially, many children use a verbal count procedures that replace their concrete procedures or calculating difference of more than one, and a child can say numbers words like 1, 2, and 3, and etc. in a correct sequence both forwards and backwards. When calculating differences of more than one, many preschoolers first use verbal count techniques or procedures instead of tangible ones or yung mga different objects na ipinapakita natin. So, in verbal count procedures, mas madali daw silang matututo with the help of their fingers to solve and to count a number or math problem. Additionally, children are able to pronounce number words like 1, 2, 3, and so on correctly in both forward and backwards direction with the help of their knowledge and capability. Informal subtraction or concrete subtraction. Preschoolers have numerous experiences where something is taken from an existing collection to make it smaller. An informal takeaway process view of subtraction serve as a basis for understanding and solving simple subtraction. The children use objects model the takeaway process implied by such problems or procedures, but many count inaccurately. For the word problem above, takeaway process. For example, a child may have difficulty representing the minuend accurately, put up 4 fingers or 4 blocks instead of 5. Take away one object, too many or too few, or misenumerate the remaining objects. Such counting errors often lead answers that are off only by plus or minus 1. We can use a variety of manipulatives such as cubes, counting bears, buttons, 5 and 10 frames, fingers, or counters. Students may also draw representation of pictures to model the mathematics or even act out the subtraction physically. For example, takeaway subtraction is best suited to problem like 12 minus 3, which involve subtracting a small number. On the other hand, comparison subtraction is very helpful for problems like 9 minus 7, where our two numbers are close together.
So thank you for that, Teacher Rochelle. Now let's move on to the informal multiplication. Children often interpret multiplication as a repeated addition of like terms. So, para daw sa mga bata, yung multiplication is parang process lang siya ng pagka-add ng mga same number. Like for example, as you can see in here sa table, tinry isolve ng bata ang 4 multiplied by 3. So, ang unang step na ginawa niya is nag-count siya ng 4. So, that's 1 4. And then, nag-count siya ng 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's 2 4s. And then, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And that's 3 4s. So, kung para sa kanya, ang pagsasolve ng multiplication is parang pag-a-add lang ng mga umuulit na numbers. Like, for example, yun na nga, 4 plus 4 plus 4 is equals to 12. So, parang same lang yun sa 4 multiplied by 3. Next, they may use skip counting, counting by ones, or a combination of both to determine the total. So, pwede yung bata na mag-skip counting or counting by ones, or pwede pagsamahin nila yung dalawang yun to solve multiplication table. Like for example, yung nasa table nga kanina, kung makikita nyo, sa first step, nag-count na siya agad ng 4. So, that is what we call skip counting. And then sa step 2 and step 3 niya, nag-count na siya ng 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, and 12. Next, object counting procedures involving representations, for example, fingers, are common, and illustrations may involve using fingers to represent sets and keep track of counting. So, pwede rin gamitin ng isang bata yung fingers niya to solve multiplication table. Like for example, I'm going to use my 10 fingers. So, the first step na I'm going to do is bibigyan ko ng numbers per fingers. Like for example, this is the number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, and number 10. Ganun din yung gagawin ko sa kabilang fingers. So ito yung number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, and number 10. So ang gagawin ko lang, ihaharap ko sila sa akin. Ihaharap ko yung mga fingers ko sa akin. And then like for example, we're going to solve 8 multiplied by 7. So, ang gagawin ko lang is hahanapin ko yung number 7 dito and hahanapin ko yung number 8 dito. So, di ba ang number 7 dito is ito and ang number 8 naman dito is ito. So, ang gagawin lang natin, ipag-connect lang natin yung dalawa. After natin ipag-connect yung dalawa, bibilangin natin lahat ng fingers simula dito sa dalawang fingers natin na nakakonect pataas. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, first, meron tayong 5. And then, meron tayo sa baba na 3 and 2. So, ang gagawin natin sa 3 and 2 is pag-multiply natin silang dalawa. So, 3 multiplied by 2 is equals to 6. So, kung kanina meron tayong 5 and then now meron tayong 6. So, ang gagawin lang natin doon is ipagsasama natin yung dalawa. So, all in all, 8 multiplied by 7 is equals to 56. We're done in informal multiplication. Now, let's move on to informal addition concrete. So, letter A, count all set 1 to 5. Prerequisite skills includes enumeration of sets 1 to 10 and find comparison of 1 to 10. Finger patterns or mentally adding one more can be helpful, and word problems are used for meaningful learning. Like for example, I'm going to summarize na lang the example. So in here, sinabi na si Cookie Monster's mother daw, nagbigay siya ng 4 cookies kay Cookie Monster. And then, dahil sa gutom pa daw si Cookie Monster, kumuha pa daw siya ng 2 cookies sa cookie jar. Now, the question is, how many cookies ang meron all in all si Cookie Monster? So, ang gagawin mo lang is ipag-add mo lang lahat ng cookies na ibinigay sa kanya ng mother niya, and at the same time, yung cookies na kinuha niya sa jar. So, all in all, meron siyang 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6 cookies. Next is letter B. Count all sets more than 5. Mastery of enumeration and production of large set is crucial. Games with larger dice and concrete tools aid in adding numbers 5 to 10, and concrete or semi-concrete means are used for calculating sums. So in here, napaka-importante para sa bata na matutunan niya yung tamang process or yung tamang sequence on how to count. Like for example, I am going to put 10 ball pens sa table. And then, ipapabilang ko yun sa bata. As a teacher, I am expecting na ang isasagot ng bata kung ilan lahat ng ballpen na nasa table is 10. Kumbaga, wala na akong ibang hinihintay or hinihinging sagot sa kanya, kundi 10. Now, if hindi alam ng bata kung paano yung tamang sequence ng pagbibilang, therefore, may possibility na iba yung maibigay niyang sagot sa akin at hindi yung sagot na hinihingi ko sa kanya. So, we're done in informal addition concrete. Now, let's move on to informal addition verbal. So, letter A, mentally add one more. Basic skills like numbers after 1 to 5 and enumeration of sets 1 to 5 are prerequisites. The prediction game is used for training, and progressively challenging games help in skill development. So in here, like for example, sasabihin ko or ipapakita ko sa inyo na meron akong 1 coin. And then, ang gagawin ko is itatakpan ko to. And then, sasabihin ko na mag-a-add ako ng 1 coin sa coin na hawak ko. Now, regardless kung hindi nyo man nakikita kung ilang coin talagang hawak ko, mahuhulaan nyo kung ilang coin lahat ng meron ako. Based lang sa kung paano ko binigkas or kung paano ko ipinaliwanag kung ilang coins yung dinagdag ko sa hawak. Now, let's move on to the letter B. Count from 1 to add 2 to 5. Proficiency without counting all the sets 1 to 5 is necessary, and word problem exercise or dice will numeral facilitate this strategy. So, kumbaga ganito lang yan. Kung kanina ginawa natin, nag-add lang tayo ng 1 coin sa hawak kong coin, in here naman, pwede mo nang gawin yung pattern wherein mag-a-add ka na ng 2 to 5 sa isang number. Like for example, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3, 1 plus 4, or 1 plus 5. So, kumbaga may improvement na nangyayari. Kung kanina plus 1 lang palagi, now pwede ka na mag-add ng 2 to 5 sa isang number. Now let's move on to the letter C. Counting on 2 to 5 from the larger addend. Mastery of concrete addition and fine number comparison is necessary. Like for example, meron akong 2 groups of apple. Sabihin na natin na sa first group, meron akong 5 apples, and sa second group, meron akong 3 apples. So in here, kapag yung isang bata may mastery na siya on how to count, especially kapag concrete, madidetermine niya na ang group na may pinakamaraming apples is itong group 1 na mayroong 5 apples. Next, children spontaneously apply number comparison skills to make informal arithmetic easier. So, gawin na lang rin ulit natin yung example kanina na mayroon tayong 5 apple dito and 3 apples dito. So, in here, pag na-determine na ng bata kung ano yung may pinakamaraming apple, therefore, mas madali na lang para sa kanya na ipag-add yung dalawang number. So, kapag nalaman niya na ang pinakamaraming group ng apple is yung 5, pwede na siyang mag-skip counting dito. Like for example, mag-start na siya sa 5 and then i-add niya na lang yung tatlong natitirang apple. Kaya pag pinag-add yun, magkakaroon tayo ng 8 apples. Instead na mag-start siya sa 3 and then mag-skip counting pa lang siya sa 4 to 8. So kumbaga parang mas magiging mahaba pa yung process ng pagbibilang ng bata sa ganong way. So in here, napaka-importante talaga na ma-determine ng isang bata kung ano yung may pinakamaraming numbers sa pinakamaliit.
And that's all for my discussion. Now, may I call on Teacher Divine to discuss the informal subtraction concrete.
Informal subtraction concrete. Ensure that the children is proficient in their basic skills, like counting sets 1 to 5 and gradually increasing 6 to 10, and mentally taking or subtracting 1. For those who are unfamiliar with takeaway with objects procedure, just use simple word problems and demonstration. Takeaway with objects procedure using word problems. Example number 1. But before that, sa makikita nyo, pennies lang muna ang mga gagamitin ko kasi yun lang yung resources na available. So, back to the topic. Example number 1. Cookie Monster got 6 candy bars as a present. Because he had just eaten a huge meal and dessert, he only ate 2 candy bars and saved the rest for his bedtime snacks. If Cookie Monster had 6 candy bars and he matched up 2 candies, how many does he have left for his snacks? 6 candy bars. Tas kinain niya yung dalawa. So, take 2. Bilangin natin. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nakikita natin na 4 na lang ang natira. Candies ni Cookie Monster. Second example, Cookie Monster baked 5 cookies as a present for his sister on her birthday. The cookies looked so good when they came out of the oven that Cookie Monster ate 3 of the spot. If Cookie Monster made 5 cookies and ate 3, how many are left for his sister? Meron tayong 5 cookies. So, kinuha ni Cookie Monster ang 3. Ilan ang natira? Bilangin natin. 1, 2. So, 5 minus 3 is 2. Example number 3. Cookie Monster was supposed to bring 7 cookies to school for the holiday party. On the way to school, Cookie Monster could not resist sampling the cookies. He did not stop eating until he had swallowed 4 cookies. If Cookie Monster started out with 7 cookies and he ate 4, how many were left for the holiday party? Of 7 pennies, tas tatanggalin natin yung 4 dahil yun yung kinain ni Cookie Monster. 7 minus 4 is 3. Bilangin natin kung 3 nga ba talaga ang natira. 1, 2, 3. Example number 2. Story problems. The Parowa had 5 horses. He gave 2 to a visiting king. So how many did the Parowa have left in his stable? The Parowa have 5 horses and gave 2 to the visiting king. Then 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Formal subtraction. Verbal takeaway with objects procedure. Mentally, take away 1. First, ensure that a child is fairly proficient with such basic skills as mentally adding 1 or more numbers before 1 to 5. For a child with little or no understanding of subtraction, introduce takeaway of 1 in terms of counting and with a set of 1 to 3 objects. These are the examples: prediction game, behind the scenes, mysterious disappearance skits, take away 2 to 5, take away 6 to 9, and take away from teens. For the prediction game, for example, put out 3 pencils and ask the child to count the set. Then take away 1 and ask the child to predict how many there are now. Pag nagets na ng bata at naging mas lalo pa siyang interested is doon na natin itataas o lalakihan yung mga numbers na iti-take away natin. Behind the scene game, yung mga number na magti-take lang tayo ng 1. The formula is n minus 1. And for the mysterious disappearance skits, in which example for the example number 3, Cookie Monster is supposed to bring 7 cupcakes for school for a party. However, the hungry monster hides behind a tree and eats one of the cupcakes. The audience can figure out how many he has left. And for the takeaway 2 to 5, 6 to 9, and takeaway from teens, ang pagkakaiba nila itatlo is mas lalong palaki ng palaki o yung numbers na ginagamit nila is pataas ng pataas. It depends on how they mastered the subtractions.
Informal multiplication, ito ay isang crucial step sa early mathematics education na kung saan pinapakita yung mga kung paano nade-develop ng mga bata yung pagkakaintindi nila sa multiplication through hands-on learning o kaya naman sa mga engaging games. Ito ay nakakatulong sa pagbibuild ng strong foundation para sa complex mathematical concepts ng isang bata. Example, how many dots? So dito, kailangan natin ng 2 children or 2 small teams of players. Tapos, sa materials, dot cards, dito, sa bawat lalaro ay meron silang 3 seconds para hulaan kung ilan yung dots dun sa card. Tapos, yung mananalo ay yung nagbigay ng time na sakto or malapit dun sa sagot. Tapos, magpapatuloy ang laro hanggang sa makakuha ang isang manlalaro sa yung winning total number of rounds. Adding more than 5 like sets. Expanding the understanding of children. So, as children progress, kailangan dito na ma-introduce ang larger combinations of sets. Nire-require dito yung pagbibuild upon their existing skills and introducing new strategies about mathematics. Example, how many groups? So, dito, nagpo-focus sa developing factor estimation, group in like sets, missing factor, pair sharing, and missing factor approaches. So, dito, by recording their estimates and comparing them to an exact answer, yung mga bata ay nade-develop o nakaka-develop ng deeper na pagkakaintindi sa multiplication and its various applications. Ang kailangan nating participants dito ay 1 child or small group of children or whole class. Ang kailangan natin materials dito ay worksheets, stopwatch. In summary, informal multiplication can provide a solid foundation for future mathematical learning. By engaging children in hands-on activities and games, educator can foster a love for numbers at may encourage natin sila para mas ma-develop nila yung own efficient strategies sa mga pag-solve ng mga problems. This approach is not only helps children para ma-understand yung mga concepts ng mga multiplication, but also para ma-prepare sila sa mga complex mathematical concept in the future.
And that's all for our discussion. I hope may natutunan kayo sa talakayan namin ngayong araw. Thank you so much, class, for listening, and God bless you all.